Hi guys, today I want to cover reasons for B12 deficiency. So I did a video earlier that went over some of the signs of B12 deficiency, which is very common, but we really want to dig a little bit deeper and figure out the reasons why someone might have B12 deficiency. So number one on the list is gut infections, and these are so common, unfortunately, these days. It could be parasitic, bacterial, fungal infections. H. pylori is a great example. And what happens is we have a dysbiosis or an imbalanced gut that's not able to break our nutrition down properly. And as a result, we've got low stomach acid. And that's problematic because particularly in the gut, we need that stomach acid to break down the nutrition that we're consuming to get the B12. And if we've got an infection there that's creating a problem, then we're not able to get adequate levels of B12. If we look at a vegetarian or a vegan diet, it's really difficult to get adequate levels of B12 through those diets. Even eating as clean and as healthy as possible, it's just really difficult. A really great source for B12 is through meat. And one of the things that I've observed over time, going back to the stomach acid piece, is if somebody's having a really difficult time eating meat or digesting meat, and they tend to kind of stay away from it, it really is more than likely an issue of low stomach acid being the problem and their body's inability to break down the meat in the first place. So it's not really that they have like a sensitivity to meat per se, it's that they don't have the stomach acid necessary for the body to break it down, because it really is full of nutrition and of course B12 that's necessary for the body to function properly. Another cause can be SIBO, or small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. And that's a situation where you have bacteria that migrate up to the small intestine in an area that should be relatively sterile. And what happens then is that it also, it kind of contributes to the dysbiosis or imbalance in the gut bacteria. And you actually have these bacteria that are digesting the food instead of you digesting the food. And that can really create problems as well. There are lots of medications that contribute to B12 deficiency. So a lot of the medications that someone might be on for, say, like acid reflux, or even if you were to work with something like over the counter, like a Tums that suppresses some of that acid production in the gut, which should have a very acidic pH. If you're working with something that is an acid reducer, that can really be problematic and impact B12 levels as well. Something else is if you've had something called the MTHFR gene mutation, if you've had some testing done, that can impact B12 levels, and you always want to make sure that whatever you're working with is a methylated B if you're supplementing. And then stress. Stress, of course, can do a number on our bodies in general. But going back to the stomach acid, it can really be very impactful there at lowering stomach acid and thus not having the ability to absorb and digest nutrition. So hope that was some helpful information for you and might help you look as the source as to why those B12 levels might be low. There are some really great supplements to work with to help raise those. I love B16 from Systemic Formulas. It covers, a wide range of B vitamins, and that can be very helpful. There are some other products that you can work with to help raise those B12 levels. But if we really look at the source and try to figure out why those levels might be low in the first place, that's really critical for the long term. So hope that was some helpful information for you. If it was, please like and share this video. Health and happiness. Have a super fantastic day. Thanks so much.